Thank you. Thank you for this question. I'm not sure GMR 9 was on the marginalized group, and there was one on special education. I believe there was a global monitoring report on marginalized groups, and then on inclusive education there was one, and one on special education, I believe. Now, definitely, when we talk about education, we consider inclusiveness and inclusive education. That's actually one of the core goals of UNESCO to emphasize is inclusive education. We look at inclusive education from the broader sense that persons with special needs are catered for. Now, definitely the local policies of a given country should give way for inclusive education and for persons of special needs. Now, when we talk, I'm glad you asked the question to the Secretary of TISDA about the services, the technical skills that you need, because this is part of the local policies that should be enacted to guarantee skills delivery system for persons with special needs. Even though this report on youth, which would include people of special needs, even though I don't see it in the report specifically mentioned. But of course, everybody that is under the category of age, that is youth, whether they are of special needs or none, they'll still be included. Now, different skills, inclusiveness is something to be determined locally. Even though the umbrella that UNESCO serves is very clear. It's inclusive education, education for all, with the relevant skills that matches, the needs of the groups of special needs, regardless of what kind of special needs they are. So now, as every year we have a different theme for the global monitoring report, if specifically this issue is not addressed, I am sure it would be on the agenda of upcoming reports, definitely. Because inclusive education is taking a space in lots of the discussions with regards to education, expansion of education, quality of education that guarantees education for people of special needs. Yeah? Yes?
I'm Tulay of UNICEF. Well, this particular EFA report deals with youth skills and work. I'm curious whether there has been any country in the world that has really come up with good practice in terms of assessing not just cognitive skills, but also the successful development of social, emotional, and life skills. In the Philippines, for instance, what we have observed related to the point of Ambassador Rachosa is the tendency to focus on the NAT scores, which tends to be more focused on cognitive skills. And so I was wondering whether there has been really a good model on assessment to measure, to have a balanced assessment of both cognitive and life skills.
Yeah, thank you. I'm not aware of a specific assessment that exists. I don't know if it does exist. But Sometimes I have to just tell you what I feel, because that's what is taking most of our thinking all the time. How specific we can be in terms of when we talk about cognitive versus social skills? How specific can we be? Now, if I go around this region, and in my daily encounter with people of different levels, even young, I find them very eloquent in communication. They can communicate, they can make judgment, they can assist, they're pleasant, very friendly. They can ask questions, they don't have fears, they can contest ideas, they can object. So then we'd say, okay, is this bad or good? Good or bad? Okay, it's good. So is it because of education? Or it's inherent? Or family upbringing? Or is it a combination? Because we know that even intelligence is a combination. So sometimes we are puzzled. It's like we get compartmented of like, oh, cognitive. Where did they get this? But on the other side, those kids are okay. The ones I saw on the plane, they're okay. They're functioning. They're doing their work. They talk to the air stewardess nicely, politely, next to me, have certain, discussion, talking a little bit. They're okay. So what are we really exactly looking for? Now, definitely, I did not see a measure of this or assessment, but of course, I've seen different other proxy research done on non-economic returns to education, which are the behavior of an individual in civil societies, where I've seen that people with education, they behave in a positive manner compared to people of less education. Their lifestyle is different than people of less education. Their social lifestyle is different than people of less education. Their consumption of consumable goods is different than people with less education. Their care for their health and nutrition is different than people with less education. So these kind of proxy research, proxy results, that shows a kind of positive indication of education. Now, if we look at education in a broad sense, and we say this is the same education in Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, then we're okay. We are okay. But if we want to be very, very compartmented and look into only one way, we may not find an answer. Because school supposedly, well, this is everywhere actually, school supposedly is giving you a balanced experience. You're getting knowledge, you're being taught, but you are in a school, one of 40 in a classroom or one of 30, and you have to balance your relationships and living with those people you're with. Plus, you have to balance your life with adults who are your teachers and the administrators. So you're getting a balanced experience of mixed social skills and knowledge. Unless we disagree that this is not really the case. Of course, in some systems, they are more liberal than others. So the kids can express themselves a different fashion than other systems where are authoritarians, where the teacher speaks and the kids cannot talk. Now, definitely, in Southeast Asia, I see that the education systems are relaxed compared to other countries where they are